So I have this problem that I always overthink everything. I'm an overanalyzer. Many of you may feel the same way at times, and it's good when you have something significant or a life change that you have to contemplate to do that. However, when I was thinking about doing this talk today, I, of course, was sitting down and thinking, what do I possibly have to say or share with all of you that would be significant? Or I don't have these big catastrophic moments in my life that I thought I needed to be here today. So I sat with Mr. Conrad yesterday, and of course, the first thing he said is, Cole, you're overthinking this. So I sat at home, I thought about it, and then it just came to me yesterday and today with a couple students, and they said, you always tell us to speak our truth. So that's what you're doing, and I need to practice what I preach. I wouldn't be a good teacher if I didn't. So I'm going to do that today. I'm going to speak my truth, as vulnerable as this is. I want all of you to understand we're all going through things. We all go through things, but the point of my message today, hopefully, is that you can take a nugget of knowledge that you can keep going, that things do get better, and setbacks happen. So it wasn't exactly one moment in my life that has caused me to have anxiety. I've had anxiety since I was little. I always had a fear of losing my parents for some reason, and I'm in therapy still to figure that reason out, but haven't gotten to the root of it yet. I was always worried about them dying. I would worry when they'd go out to dinner. I would worry when they were at work. My father was a police officer. I always worried. So I was just an anxious kid, right? And as life goes on, things got a little better, and I learned how to cope a little bit more and just kind of push it to the side. And then as life gets going, I graduated high school, my parents got divorced. I went to college, I got married, I got divorced. And after my divorce, I moved in with my mom, and we became best friends, and we still are today. And because I was living at home at this time, my mom was talking to me one night, and it was a blessing that I was living at home, because she let me know that she had been diagnosed with breast cancer. It's been a long journey, and then of course the anxiety comes back, and I can't tell you how much PTSD and explanation of the pain and agony I felt watching her go through this process for the last 6 years. And I am not the nurse of the family, that's my sister, but I was the one there with her. She's my person, so I took care of her, I took care of the drains. She got an infection, she had to have another surgery. She had a blood clot, I almost lost her. And talk about having fear in your face. It all hit really hard. I had to take time off of work. I had been teaching for 5 years already, so I was able to take time for her for 2 weeks. And when I almost lost her, it just brought everything back from childhood. And I still have that feeling today. And unfortunately, in a couple of weeks, she has informed me the other night that she's going to undergo another surgery because she has been in so much pain the last 2 years from her procedure that the doctor feels he can fix it. So the last few days, I have had this overwhelming sensation of everything again, seeing her in the hospital, seeing all of these images and what I had to go through. And we don't know what we are capable of until we actually have to go through it. That's part of the joy of the process, I guess, that I took from this, becoming closer to her and understanding that, as Glennon Doyle has said, we can do hard things. And I did hard things with her. And I'm going to do it again in a few weeks. But I want all of you to know that even though all of this is going on, right, we don't know what someone's story is. When you're walking down the hall and see another student or see a teacher that may be in a cranky mood, that may be me in a few days, but please understand that we are all human, and we don't want to negate those feelings. We don't want to diminish how we feel about something, because everything we feel does matter, and that's why you matter. So always tell your truth, and I really thank you for listening to me today, and thank you very much.